Chris Christie has been on a book tour. We even covered it here on the show. He's been trying to hawk his book called Republican Rescue. He's painting himself, setting himself up to run against Trump, even if Trump does run again. He says we cannot be clinging to stop the steal. All I completely agree with. But what did I tell you here on the show? If that's your position, then you ain't going to be working in the current Republican Party. And we have this hilarious piece that we can share with all of you. Let's put it up there on the screen. Eric Boehlert, look, Eric Boehlert is extremely cringe and one of those resistance Democrats, but the guy's got some reporting and we're going to give credit where due. A senior publishing source with access to industry's book scan tells me Republican Rescue sold just 2,289 copies during its first week in stores, which constitutes a colossal publishing flop. That is a total disaster. On Sunday, Republican Rescue was ranked 15,545th on the Amazon Kindle store. So he's only sold a few hundred digital copies, about 2,000 copies of his book. Look, guys, like just to give you an example, just to hit the bestseller list, you only have to sell 5,000 to 10,000 books. It's not actually that hard. So he's not crocking any bestseller list. This is a total and complete flop. And it just goes to show you the appetite for what Chris Christie is selling is not there whatsoever. I mean, it's kind of insane.
And he details, I mean, this guy was everywhere.
He did every major show.
Making the rounds. He was on This Week. He was on The View. Yeah. He was on Fox and Friends. He was on Fox News. He was on Fox Business. He was on The Daily Show.
Yeah,
he was on HBO twice. He was on CNBC. And so there's a lot going on here because first of all, it reveals none of those places have any sway with their audience.
Right.
And we actually saw that when we were doing our book.
We knew it as well, yeah,
which
100%.
Did a lot better than Chris Christie's.
A lot.
And was, published by a really small imprint.
Yes.
Ryan Grimm's publishing house published it, and, we got it out to press really quickly and all of those things. We didn't have nearly this media lineup, but we did a couple cable news appearances and nothing. I mean, there are very few hosts and programs where you actually see people watch you on there and then actually go out and buy books. And apparently none of these places on this list make the cut whatsoever. So it shows you how little sway they have with their audience, number one. Number two, it shows you that there was, not only was there not Republican interest in Chris Christie, there's also not liberal interest in Chris Christie. It was a total and complete misreading of the audience to think that they cared what this man had to say at all. Because if you're a liberal, like the guy who wrote this post, Eric Boehlert, what you see, rightfully so, is someone who stood by Trump all the way to the very end, and was there helping him with debate prep and whatever. So you kind of look at this and go, who is this guy to now come and pretend like he's some hero? Liberals weren't buying it either. And then I think especially because Christie, if he was really trying to sell books, the way to do it would have been to lean into like an anti-Trump
that's the only
title and have some juicy tell-all. Because some of those books from within the White House, whatever, have done well. Like in the same week, they point out that Jonathan Karl's new book, Betrayal, the Final Act of the Trump Show, sold 24,000 hardcover copies, which is a lot. So, if he was really trying to sell books, he should have went with some like blatantly anti-Trump thing. And the fact of the matter is that he may as well have done that because he's nuked himself with Trump and with the Trump base and whatever anyway to prop up a book that ultimately people are not interested in reading because they don't believe Chris Christie has any real answers to offer about the future of the Republican Party.
Unfortunately, that's correct. So there you go.
There you go.
All right.
All right, guys, enjoy your day. We'll have more for you later. Hey, guys, thanks so much for watching.
That's right. Just as a reminder, you can become a premium subscriber today. Watch the full show completely uncut, our reactions to each other's monologues. You get to listen to it. You get to ask us questions, all that good stuff. Link is right there in the description or at breakingpoints.com.
Best of all, great way to say screw you to the mainstream media.